What up, guys? It's your boy Paul. I'm back with you, man. It's Rideout Reviews, and we are checking out The Crown episode 2, season 3. So episode 1 was kind of tough, actually. It was cool. They introduced all the characters and everything, but they had a stranger, a face, a two-faced person, a spy, and then they also brought up that he knew about Philip's endeavors or his problem with that homeboy with the Russian folks, man. So that's tough. But now we're going to continue on through the story and get to see a little bit more about what everybody has been up to and everything like that. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what's going down, and we're going to go see it. If it is your first time, man, go ahead and subscribe, like. Also, check out my Patreon, man. Got some good folks up there, so I'm excited, man. There's not much to say. We only had one episode. It was a crazy one, though, man, because it's so weird to think how much stuff is going down in this world and getting to see behind it. So, anyway, let's jump to the episode, guys.
Your father, the king, had little or no time to prepare for the throne which was thrust upon him.
That's
He will not be caught out again. The crown is not just an ornament to be worn. It is a privilege and a burden which comes with formidable expectations and responsibilities.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. They're preparing her from a kid because they know she's going to be the heir apparent, even though she's a female. They were waiting on a son. But brother, King George, he ain't had that. He ain't had that luxury. The one who was to be king,
I don't think I can do it.
left the throne.
I could.
I know you could.
I'd love every minute. I'd be so very good at it. Wearing a big crown, giving everyone orders.
You would say she was born for it, but she wasn't. Elizabeth was.
Margaret Rose wants to do it. Margaret Rose was born to do it.
Yeah.
You are.
But she wasn't born for it. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. One who wants it doesn't get it. The one who doesn't want it doesn't get it. Or has to have it. That's crazy.
You must make time to really relax, too.
We will.
Be good to one another. Kind to one another.
Dude, I swear, dude. She does a great job. Her voice sounds just like dadgum, I can't think of her name right now. But they speak very well.
She and I are complicated.
Elder sister, younger sister, number 1 and number 2.
Who's number 1?
You.
Of course.
A natural number 1 whose tragedy it is to have been born number 2.
That is my burden.
She knows it too.
Yes, I think she does. That's her burden.
One was born for it, but really wasn't. One doesn't want to have it, but out of duty takes it. But they do really do a great job, or at least the queen is the one I actually noticed the most, because they sound just alike. Especially that open scene there, it just reminded me so much of old girl that played the last one. Man, I can't think of her name. Wow. Got me mad, man. But, yeah. Claire Foy, that's it. It just reminded me of how Claire Foy played her. Dude. They sound... That's probably because that's what the queen sound like. But the queen, she just got a little bit more high-pitched voice. I watched, comparing season 1 with actual events that happened and took place. And her voice just a little more high pitched. Margaretology. The study of Margaret, huh? I wonder how this is gonna turn out.
Macmillan and JFK.
No need to keep mentioning Jack Kennedy like that.
Keep mentioning.
It's just provocative. President Johnson is his own man.
Wow. And the B must be the one that is the heir only because JFK was murdered.
Harold Wilson wants my help. He should have thought about that when he refused to support me over Vietnam. You can't screw a man in the ass and then expect him to buy you flowers.
Oh, man. Dang.
I fear that the president may have taken against me for what he sees as my failure to support him over Vietnam. The royal family has been extremely helpful in keeping this special relationship afloat. And given the predicament the country finds itself in economically...
You'd like us to roll out the red carpet, make a bit of a fuss.
Please.
All right.
Just tell it like it is.
Consult the three wise men, see what they have to say.
Oh, the three wise men.
What we have witnessed in Princess Margaret is a more vibrant, modern, and engaging version of her older sister.
Quite right.
Been like going from a black and white film to one in color.
The important thing here, I'm told, is that whatever we offer President Johnson, it must exceed whatever we gave the Kennedys.
Exceed. Yeah. What's up? I guess he feel like he in the shadow with Kennedy.
What are you most looking forward to in America?
Liberty.
Hit them where their heart is, huh? That's what we like, our freedom. Hey, and he do her thing, man. They are a couple like that, aren't they? He know the deal. He gonna let her do her thing.
Any disasters I should be aware of?
No, on the contrary, the trip seems to have been a great success.
Really?
Sisters.
Name having been coined for the multitude of fans and well-wishers who have followed her every step of the way.
Margaretology.
Which is?
Margaretologists.
Hey.
Delighted in Her Royal Highness's intelligence and articulacy, her beauty and charm, with one newspaper, the San Francisco Chronicle, even going so far as to
Yes,
say...
all right. Thank you, Marty.
Yes, ma'am.
Dang, homie. I still got that rivalry. Hey, she doing her thing, ain't she? He look like he getting annoyed of her thing.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times, and you ignored it.
What?
The signal. Our signal that I wanted to leave.
I didn't see it. You know, as well as I, that if you are the guest of honor, you cannot just leave. It made me feel good.
No. The alcohol made you feel good.
Yeah, I'm about to say she look like she's a she's a little woozy.
I didn't recognize you. Nor did anyone else. I mean, if we're honest.
Oh, that's what they say, don't be mean to each other.
It's not easy being second fiddle to a pygmy princess.
Don't talk to me about being a second fiddle. I get so little limelight. No, it's the price I pay. I'd appreciate you putting aside the competitive little narcissist that rages within you and letting me savor it.
You know, they're like so much alike, to be honest. I didn't see that in the last
I promise
with the episode with them together.
that once we get to New York, the spotlight will be entirely on you and your book.
Huh. Hey, if she does it, that's G. That's truly G.
What is this?
A peace offering from the Brits. Open to secure the bailout.
Weekend shooting at Balmoral?
Yes, sir. That's as good as it gets. Even Kennedy never got that.
Really?
He got a banquet, Naval Guard of Honor, but never a weekend shooting in Scotland.
He said, really? Really? He liking that.
And then everybody'd laugh at me and they'd say how I wasn't no Jack Kennedy who would know exactly which knife and fork to use and which bird to shoot.
That brother all about
So
Jack
my
Kennedy.
position has not changed. It is still no thank you, Your Majesty.
To the Queen.
Lucky LBG. We don't get enough of those ourselves. And?
No response, ma'am.
What?
Nothing. Complete silence.
Is everyone panicking?
Yeah.
Slightly.
Dang.
What about Princess Margaret?
Dang, that's crazy though. She said, we don't even get that. That's an honor. And he just turned it down like that? That's pride. That's pride, homie.
She's exhausted.
Man, she got sick.
Hideous.
No. Page after page about how extraordinary you are. What an asset to the crown, how underused you are. What a secret weapon, how deserving you are of the spotlight. Your elder sister eclipsed and outshone.
Darling.
She did her job, didn't she?
Be a good guest and sing for our supper. So rest
I will.
and get well for New York.
Yeah, I guess I got all that time there to just be able to chill now. After she went crazy out there, living a party life. Now she got time to relax so she can do her duty when she get to New York.
Wilson screws me over Vietnam, and she jumps in to make it all good with some bird shoot bullshit. We don't have that here. Who the hell am I supposed to call if I want to issue an invitation to get me out of trouble?
Well, you call me, sir, your oldest friend.
All right. Come up with a plan.
Well, sir, I just did. This is the plan, right here.
Who in God's name is that?
Margaret. Margaret. How does she get all connected to this? Huh. Another way that they just be twisting some amazing things together, dude, for these stories. It's so crazy to see that, man. She's about to get outshined by her sister. In a bigger way.
They've come back with an invitation of their own. Dinner at the White House. It would be a political engagement of the utmost delicacy.
For which you want to send Princess Margaret?
That had been my reaction. But her trip to America has been a terrific success.
So I gather.
So will you ask her?
If those are my instructions.
Please.
Oh, he's like, I don't want to tell the Queen to do something, man. Dang. Just to think, though, man. She's about to do what she thinks that she was born to do. She's the crown. She's representing the crown. Because she's not the crown. But we'll see.
Perhaps I should make it clear for you to go.
Perhaps I should make it clear
Yeah.
that nothing is going to stop me from supporting my husband.
Margaret.
Oh, now she was starting to sound like the Queen, though. The Queen, I heard her voice on the TV screen. Yeah. She started to sound like the Queen there.
Here's
like,
what I found.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. Put that little pitchiness in her voice.
I have asked you this once as a sister, and now I must command it as your queen.
Oh my goodness. She said, now I must command it as your queen.
Well, the task you are embarking on today could not be more crucial.
Yeah.
Britain currently has a deficit of £800 million.
Hey, and see that go. Dang. She even gave her the details, man. She's in the mix now. She is. Yeah. This is her opportunity. It's a mission with sensitivity.
What happens if I fail? If we don't get the bailout?
It would mean international humiliation, political ignominy, and financial ruin.
She didn't like that last part. And her husband, no, too. He had to yield to the crown. So he ain't tripping. They said this is of highest importance, greatest sensitivity. It's like she a spy or something. She on task. She got a real job.
Princess Margaret made remarks about the late President Kennedy that were...
I was left distinctly underwhelmed. Did I say something wrong? I do know these days one's not allowed to think anything other than what a great statesman Kennedy was.
Say nothing, Lyndon.
Of course he'll say nothing. He was his loyal deputy. But I think I can understand, better than most, the frustrations and resentments that can build up from a life as a number two, even of someone you adore. As vice president, I've spent my whole life as vice queen, except that came out wrong. I didn't mean I'm a vice queen.
Oh, no, there's no fallout.
I know. She
President
killed it.
Johnson agreed. Thoroughly, enthusiastically.
Yeah. See, it's good.
Jack Kennedy
Would have killed his own mother just to take the skin off her ass to make a drum to beat his own praises.
Hey, dude. That's Margaretology right there. She know how to win folks over.
This then led to a drinking contest.
Last man standing is the winner.
Challenge accepted.
Which in turn led to a limerick contest.
What's a limericks?
There was a young woman from Delaware
Who liked to make love. Liked to make love.
Delaware.
In her underwear. A terrible prude.
She would never go nude, and her bum, hips, and tits she would never bear.
Hey.
There was a young man from Wisconsin who was blessed with an enormously large...
Johnson?
Where's the rest of it?
I believe everyone thought that was long enough. Princess Margaret won the evening with this one. There was a young lady from Dallas who used a dynamite stick as a phallus.
They found her.
You've made it this far.
They found her vagina in North Carolina.
And her arsehole in Buckingham Palace.
Bravo.
She did her thing, man. She knew what to do, though, man. Hey, Lyndon B. Johnson be trying to get down, homie. He ain't snooty and uptight. and husband too. He cool. He ain't tripping, man. That's his life.
You can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you. Yes, I...
Because that would have not been Queen Elizabeth.
Margaret was all the things I'd specifically begged her not to be. All the things I could never be. Instinctive, spontaneous, dazzling.
But there's a time for that, man.
I'm predictable, dependable, reliable.
Those are good
Of
things,
those
too.
two, I would pick dependability every day of the week.
Yeah.
It would be nice to be dazzling on occasion, too.
You were.
You are dazzling.
Yeah, and that African thing. That was dope.
Cabbage.
I can say anything faster than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't.
Oh, dang. She be doing that thing, don't she? My gosh, man. But that's because she got that fun-loving spirit, man. She just like to have fun. And that's the same way with her husband, man. They are more alike than you could ever even think about. They're very alike. That's why they hate each other so much sometimes. But that's also why they got together in the first place.
Everyone's very grateful.
In view of how well it all went. About us Doing it more often. Sharing duties.
If you didn't share duties, you just went to a dinner party.
In your place.
Uh-oh.
All I'm asking is if you were prepared to share a little more. For both our sakes.
She can help, man. She does well. She's always done well. Well, she has.
Let me think about it.
She's done well and not done well. She does offend people still. But people love her,
Don't tell me you softened.
I did. And with good reason. Margaret does suffer more than anyone else by not having a more meaningful role.
Yes, the system is unequal, unjust and cruel. Primogeniture divides and destroys families. The system stinks. We all desire equality, but here's the thing. We were not born equal.
And what's the second?
Do you remember I told you once I got drunk with that god-awful monster Tommy Lascelles? Well, that night, he shared with me his theory about the House of Windsor. He asked me to imagine a mythological creature, a two-headed eagle. And there have always been the dazzling Windsors and the dull ones. Your father.
A saint.
A dull one.
Dull.
Yeah, and his brother, dazzling.
George V.
Deadly dull. The Tsar and the Kaiser and the Emperor of Austria were dazzling the world. Where was he? He was sticking stamps in his album. And so it goes through George V to Queen Victoria and back, an uninterrupted line of stolid, turgid dreariness.
Culminating in me.
Yes, but alongside that runs another, the dazzling, the brilliant, the individualistic, and the dangerous. So, for every Victoria, you get an Edward VII. For every George V, you get a Prince Eddie. For every George VI, you get an Edward VIII. For every Lilibet, you get a Margaret. And she may have had a success in Washington, but let's not delude ourselves that serious diplomacy can be achieved through drinking and dancing.
He's right, too, man. Dang, because it needs stability. I think Chris Rock says sometimes people be bored in their relationships, but boring means stable. It's not gonna happen. And she can see it all over her face. That's so sad, too.
Princess Elizabeth's destiny is to accede to the throne. Yours is to serve and support. I would urge you to accept your position in life.
Dang, man. That's like a resentment from being just who you are.
Margaret.
Just being who you are. That was a tough one, though. Philip said, we are not born equal. Man, that's tough. Because he's right. We all have different skills, different sets, different abilities. We're all equally valued in the eyes of God the same. That's important. Cared for because we are in His image. And our purposes are all important. But some just have a higher role to play. And some just have a supporting. Definitely a good episode, man. Definitely a good episode. Good character episodes, because it was cool to see Margaret do Margaret and be Margaret. And maybe that's, the TV show has showed us her being Margaret and how good it does at what she's doing. How much favor she gets from the crowd, how much love she gets from the people, how smooth she is when she talks. But the show doesn't show the bad. It did that one episode at the end. It talked about some of the people that she kind of offended. But it was like overshadowed by the flair and the amazement that she had whenever she was, when she was doing those things. So, and Philip was saying, I mean, he's saying that to cheer his wife up, who's sad about being outshined, because that's her thing. She's kind of jealous. I mean, she's the queen, but she jealous of her sister. But he is right in a way that stability is important. Because just like Chris Rock, man, he said, hey, boring is reliable. Whenever something crazy happens, it's usually something bad. It doesn't always have to be. But when life is exciting, it's probably because there's a bunch of problems going down. So that's the truth with it, man. Good episode, man. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.